Hi, I'm Ron Christie with NOFA, New Hampshire, here at Living Earth Farm. And we're going to talk about container size today. But before we do that, I have this hat, which is pretty well shot. So we're going to get rid of that. And I ordered a new hat. So much better, and it covers so much more. All right, let's talk about containers. All right, so a lot of mistakes that people make in gardening is that they put big plants in small containers, and that's not necessarily a good idea. So what I'd like to do today is show you some of the containers that I would use in the plant material that I would be growing. All right, so when we look at a container this size or this size, this is probably really good for your herbs, basil, that kind of thing. All right. When we graduate to a larger container like this or this is what I would use to grow peppers in. All right. And then finally, if I'm going to grow a large plant like this tomato right over here, which it's going to get very, very big, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a container at least this big, and preferably a container that's this size. This is, I think, a 33-gallon trash container, and they work really well for tomatoes. You don't want to grow this tomato in this size container because the root system will totally want to come out of the container itself, and you'll restrict the growth of your plant material, which you really don't want to do. If you're going to grow any kind of, let's say, spinach or lettuce or kale, that kind of thing, you can actually grow it in a container like this. This is actually a cement mixing container. They sell them at one of the big box stores. You can buy them there. Just remember that any containers that you use need to have holes in them so that they drain properly. As you can see on this one, I drilled a whole bunch of holes in it so that the water drains appropriately. So why am I so concerned about the size of a container? All right, well, let me take this tomato plant right here. I'm going to break this container open, and what I want to do is I want to show you the root system that's in here. All right, this container is already at the point where the root system is becoming too big for the size of the container. And so what's now going to happen is the roots are going to start to circle inside this container and restrict the growth of the plant. So we don't want that to happen. In the summer, this tomato plant can grow as tall as 6, 8, or even 10 feet if it gets the appropriate nutrition. Well, that means the root system is also going to grow that big. So you have to count on the root system of your plant being at least as large as the plant at maturity. So root size is really integral to the health of the plant. And in order to have the right root size for your plant material, you need to have the right size container. Thank you. This is Ron Christie for NOFA, New Hampshire at Living Earth Farm, and I hope you enjoy our little video.